We left our campsite at the Longview North Mount St. Helens KOA and headed to the Mount St. Helens Visitor Center, which was about 4 miles up the road. The Visitor Center had maps, restrooms, and even souvenirs. We got our map and headed east on Spirit Lake Highway. About 15 miles down the road, you see a wonderful roadside attraction called the North Fork Survivors Gift Shop and the Buried A-Frame House. There's even a giant Sasquatch on site. Getting back in the Jeep, we got back on Spirit Lake Highway, headed east towards the Hoffstadt Creek Bridge. The bridge was finished in 1992 and sits 370 feet above the valley below. The open-air steel truss bridge is 2,340 feet long, which makes it the longest bridge of the 13 bridges on Spirit Lake Highway. Our first stop inside the blast zone was at the Forest Learning Center. The center tells the story of Mount St. Helens, the blast, and also the recovery of forests and fish and wildlife after the eruption. Admission to the center is free, and there are restrooms. Outside of the center, there is an interpretive loop hike, as well as beautiful views of the Toutle River. About 7 miles down the road is Elk Rock Point. At an elevation of about 3,000 feet, it provides the first view of the actual mountain. If you bring your binoculars, you can see close-up views and possibly even herds of elk or maybe a bear down below. Our next stop was Loowit Point, which is about 15 miles east of Elk Rock. The elevation is about 4,000 feet, and it offers a great view into the lava dome inside of the crater. Loowit Point is also a stopover on the Johnson Ridge hike, but you can go to Johnson Ridge via this trail, and it's only about a mile. Our next stop was only a mile down the road at the Johnson Ridge Observatory. The observatory had restrooms, a food cart, and was super accessible. From this view, you can see the landslide deposits, the craters, the lava dome, and the pumice plain. It's absolutely breathtaking. Depending on when you visit, you may even be able to take a guided hike with a ranger. There are a few trails in this area, including Eruption Trail, which is a half-mile walk where you can learn how the eruption shaped the area. Our next stop was Birth of a Lake Trail at Coldwater Lake. The parking lot's large, there's picnic tables, and even fresh water to refill your water bottles. And the trail is dog-friendly and accessible. The trail is about 0.6 miles, and it's an interpretive trail, so you can learn about how this lake formed shortly after the eruption. There are also plenty of places just to stop and rest and enjoy the views. There's even a stroller and wheelchair-friendly accessible boardwalk that goes over the lake. And Coldwater Lake had very clean restrooms. Now it was time to get in the car and drive the 55 or so miles back to our campsite. But on our way, we saw rows of new tree growth as part of the reforestation. We headed back to our campsite at the KOA and got there just in time to enjoy some afternoon sun and cook dinner outside.